Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we're starting at 20% battery mode, but we are here to talk about Zidane and his character guide. I know him and Fujin came really late. If you're unfamiliar with my situation, I just moved into a new house, so moving has been a thing, but then when I moved in, could not get the internet to work, called the cable company, and they could not get out here till Friday, October 6th, and then tonight I was just kind of sitting at home like, wait a minute, my phone could be a hotspot. So let's try making videos with my phone as a hotspot, and so far I think it is working. So yeah, so in this video we're going to talk about Zidane. We're going to look at his calls, his artifacts, and his spheres, right? So Zidane, if you're not familiar with him, he truly is like a jack-of-all-trades type of character. He does a lot of things, right? So he has healing, he has instant break, he has turn deletion, he's got launching, right? So he's got a ton of debuffing, so he's just like filled with all kinds of utility. And now with his upgrades, his damage is actually pretty good too. So I think Zidane definitely is a worthwhile character to go for if you like him. I think a character like Zidane, I think Force Time hindered him because he's a character that would kind of steal turns. And being that he had so much utility, his on-turn damage wasn't the greatest. And he's still not like a top-tier damage dealer, but it's good enough. But his Force Enhanced 50 gives him a lot more value because you're going to get Retain. And when you're stealing characters and maybe not getting the best damage during your main force, the fact you're getting such a good Retain afterwards is going to help him have value, right? So I think Zidane is actually a very nice character to have. And you can do a lot with him, especially if you like no turning bosses. He can be very nasty there, right? So let's jump in. We're going to look at his calls, his artifacts, and his spheres. His calls, I think, are actually a little underrated. I actually think his calls are pretty good. His free energy here, nothing like too crazy on that. He does put some like solid debuffs down. And so when he comes in, he's going to put a debuff down called Thief's Mark, which is going to be an attack max brave minus 40%. So that's not insignificant. He's going to get that on both calls. And then the 15 will also just do like a defense down. That's not too crazy. But the big thing is the LD. The LD is actually quite good. So one is it does unbreak the target. So it's a great way to get access to a break if you need one. But this is a party attack, HP damage, and overflow gained up. So once again, party HP damage to me is like a big daddy stat to get on a call. Then you get an extra brave damage on versus debuffed enemies. So I think because you're getting an on-demand break pretty much, and you're getting an HP damage up to the party, I think that LD is actually quite solid, right? So definitely that call I think is definitely a usable one. There are, it's not the best call in the game, but I think it has more use than it gets credit for, and I don't hear people talk about Zidane call a lot, and I think it actually is a very solid call. Let's look at himself here for his artifacts and his spheres. Now, Zidane is very old school, so his artifacts are simply attack 108, max brave 330. He doesn't have a crazy C50 passive, so that's pretty standard there. And then on the spheres, you want to go pretty much like attack, brave damage, like those typical damaging things here. Now, I did do some kind of interesting ones here. So like this debuff boost up, this is just a max brave up. This was something that just back in the day, it was like I didn't have many max spheres, so I just put it on him. Realistically here, you just want like an attack brave damage one. An attack and brave damage, or attack max brave, or just like a solid attack or solid brave damage. So there's like a whole plethora of them you can do. The other thing is Zidane can hit weakness damage. So weakness damage spheres can work on him. So, something like a Sephiroth, or one of those standard just like attack max brave ones would be fine on him for sure. You could also do like physical damage, so like something like Raijin could work there as well, right? Now in the E slot, Zidane is the type of character I love Vanille Sphere. You've got a character that's already got a ton of utility, so why not just add more utility to him? And because he's got Unbreak in his kit, anytime a character has Unbreak, I think Vanille is a very good slot to put there. So on top of all of the other utility that Zidane already has, I am now turning him into a Dispeller as well. So I think Vanille is a really great shout out there. And then here, Auron being a melee damage up 15% on debuff, like Zidane fits that. So I think Auron's actually very good here. Or you could do your typical like Yuffie Seymour Emperor. Like those are all like your standard E-slot attack ups. But I think getting this melee attack up is just fine on Zidane. I think he's be looking very good there with that. So anyways, with that, let's hop in. My Zidane is pretty dang maxed out, right? Like max ultimate weapon, blue armor, force enhanced 50. We got everything. And then he is blue crystal, which my blue crystal room for stats is maxed out. He doesn't have any of the passives, but he's got all the stats. So, and I'm going to run him with Rem and Aerith. Now, you guys don't see me run Rem a ton on these character guides, but I think Rem is a sneaky good character to run with Zidane because she's going to echo very well with Zidane's FR. So if you're going to run, like if you really like running Zidane FR as your main FR, I think Rem is like a sneaky good character. So we're going to see that kind of in play here as we go through on the Echo. Now, I do apologize. My phone's going to be running a little bit slower than usual. One, because it's just running off of its own data, right? Like I'm not on Wi-Fi. And then I'm also using it as a hotspot as my computer right now is trying to upload my Fujin character guide, which is uploading very slowly, but it is working. So I apologize if things are running a little slow. Well, let's keep that in mind. And you know, this little fight here, this is like his and Fujin Shinryu fight. This might be a solid little showcase fight here. Sure, yeah, you can see, I can tell my game is running pretty slow right now. The old hotspot. We're trying to get it done, though, so we'll see how quick this video will actually go out, right? Let's go ahead and do this. We got a lot of turns in a row here. And with Zidane deleting turns, like, this tree's just not going to get turns. We'll just put it that way. Zidane breaking and deleting turns, we can forget about it. This tree's not getting nothing. The only way this tree's getting anything is if they do off turn, right? And man, it's been a while since I've had the game lag on me this much, but yeah, we understand the situation here. So let's start talking about Zidane's kit, right? So he's got a lot of things going on here. He does open with his EX. And sure, we got the free skill use. Let's take the free AA here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and let's pop off his Booster 8, his EX ability here. This is going to initiate a launch, by the way. And we can really see the damage in slow motion here. Sure, Aerith will swing through. And 2.6 mil, like very good, right? And that was only with one character in on the launch. So his EX, let's talk about that. It's going to battery scale on his attack. So attack's good for that battery there. He's going to Brave Gain in between. He initiates a launch, and he's going to make the other targets launchable. He's going to get a Max Brave up to himself. He's going to put the Thief's Mark debuff on the enemies, which once again, that's that hefty attack. What was it? It was attack and Max Brave down. Yes, attack and Max Brave down on the enemies. There. So Aerith, let's go ahead and Aerith. We are going to go ahead and hit your BT effect right away. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to show you Rem echoing off. Because Rem is unique in that, you know, like the thing I like to do with Aerith is I like that it's an instant turn echo and it's going to get really good gains on it. Well, Rem is kind of like an instant turn echo because when she does her force, she chooses the character that gets the next turn, and it can be herself, but hers deals damage. So Rem can kind of do this Aerith effect, but she can do it with FRs that require you to deal damage. So we're going to see some kind of cool things there. Let's go ahead and let's ramp a little bit. Oh yeah, the reason I guess why I can't just always use as a showcase fight is because I have to be launching, but I could just bring a call, right? So maybe this does seem like a pretty manageable fight. Especially with it being single target, you can push them back, delay them, all that stuff. So yeah, Aerith, let's just go crazy here. Alright, and then we want to get into a Zidane turn, so we're going to go ahead and pass turn here. And what I want to do is the enemy is breakable right now, so I might try to pass turn with Prayer of the Cetra. Will it let me? It will not, so we'll just hit it. We can just do Prayer of the Cetra twice, because then we can pass turn without like dealing damage. Sure, and then we'll Prayer Cetra again. She shouldn't get instant turn twice in a row. There we go. A high turn rate kicking in though. Alright, and we're good. Yeah, and we're almost up to FR already, right? I suppose Zidane, I could have just done a burst phase, huh? But the thing is I want to like really show us stuff off. So let's start off with Stellar Circle. And what you're going to notice is when we break, we not only delete the turn, but we steal a turn. So watch what happens here. We're going to break, and his turn just got deleted. Okay, and now Zidane's going to steal a turn. And we just got 2 million off of that, which is pretty good, right? So Stellar Circle is an AoE, so this is really good for the AoE Brave damage as well. We're going to get a buff called Thievery and a buff called Speed Up. Well, it's just a Speed Up. And then we're going to put the Thief's Mark and a Speed Down on the enemies. The Thievery buff is just an attack and Max Brave up for himself, which is good. Okay. Now, here's how this works, and you guys have seen this with characters like Lightning and whatnot. So he's a break, steal turn character. Now, he doesn't delete the turn anytime he breaks. He only deletes if he breaks and then steals a turn. Right now, he's on a free turn. So if I broke right now, I would not get another free turn. But what you can do is he has this AA, and he also has this Brave Plus called Mug, which are both ways to get do a free instant turn and interrupt. So if I do Mug, that's going to be like an interruption. Okay, and now Zidane's got another turn. So now as Zidane breaks again, he can delete a turn and steal a turn. Now, what you can do is you can use the LD Solution 9. This is going to unbreak. So let's do this. So this now will unbreak. We're going to delete a turn and steal a turn. And now you all of a sudden can't even see the enemy's turn on the map, right? So you can do these shenanigans and kind of steal turns. So the LD, it unbreaks, and that's the main reason I use it for. He gets a free ability use on his next turn. He's going to get his overhead, which is a place to call home for 14 turns. Thieves Mark debuff on the enemies. A place to call home is an attack, overflow, stolen, and HP damage up. Brave damage up, brave gains based on the HP damage he deals. Versus debuffed enemies and additional brave and HP damage. So you get 40% HP damage up on this. And then this is what allows him to delete the turns on a break if he steals a turn, right? So now I just broke, right? So now my free instant turn, I can just use the AA to break up the turn. And now I'm free to steal a turn again. Okay, now he's going to use the force, which I don't think, this better not do damage to us. Okay, it did, but it wasn't that much. We're fine. Okay, so he can be in force time. That's fine. He can heal back. I don't care. All right, so now that Zidane's on a free turn, he does get a Solution 9 HP plus attack. And so this is another instant break if you need it. Now, we have a break available, so we'll do free energy. This is going to be like a brave gain, and then it's just going to dump a bunch of damage down. Okay, and then we did break on that. 1.8 million, very solid, and we stole turn. So this tree's just never getting a turn, right? So free energy, brave gains, does a bunch of damage. He gets the thievery buff and a defense up. Thief's Mark and defense down on the enemy. So he's just dropping a bunch of debuffs down. He's giving himself buffs, right? And so now, if I want to steal turns again, I could do that. So let's say we do the AA. And I want to show his HP plus, which is also very useful, right? So it's HP plus Solution 9. We're going to get instant break on that. Or it unbreaks, and then we break, and now we delete it again and stole a turn. And because with the LD, you get free skill uses, you can really abuse this, right? And kind of go crazy. All right, so yeah, we just stole a bunch of turn order stuff from him, right? So we don't really need to use his BT because we can go crazy. So now, speaking of BT, let's get his BT effect rolling, I suppose. And then we're probably, actually, I probably should have just went into FR at this point. What we can do is Rem can swap to him, and then we'll just go from there. But his BT effect is very good. And it's always been very good. I've actually always enjoyed his BT effect. Once again, just adds more utility to him. And we get the awesome trance mode, so you gotta love the trance mode. For sure. Alright, so the BT, Grand Lethal, does a big attack. 10 turn burst effect, and the reason why you see this is very common with these speedsters, like Lightning, they get really high turn amounts because they know they're going to be stealing turns. They can burn through that burst effect very quickly. So it's going to be a brave damage up, overflow stolen up, brave damage limit up, HP damage limit up. Zidane gets an even bigger buff on that. When you attack a debuffed enemy, you get more HP damage on that, which is crazy. And then anytime Zidane inflicts a debuff, he steals an elixir, which full heals the party, and any excess is battery. So, and then he does more battery on top of that. So pretty much you debuff with Zidane, which all of his buttons debuff pretty much. You're going to be getting fat heals and brave gains on everything. So now he turns into this uber support character, right? So we'll just Fury Brand here. And let's go into Zidane FR and have some fun with that. So far, I'm proud of my phone. Oh, I was until this happened. Oh my gosh, my phone just got a temperature warning. Oh my god, my phone is hot. Hold on. So, the guide is interrupted. My phone is, oh my gosh, my phone is on fire. Hold on. It's probably because I'm using it as a hotspot. I've had it plugged in. Ooh, I wonder if that messed up my hotspot too. Hold up. Yeah, we lost internet. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I think I can still finish this video out. We're going to have to do it. Wow, I'm putting my phone to the limit here. Let's hop in here. I am still recording, okay? So you're going to get this lovely little black screen here. Here's what I'm going to do. I think I've got a video in here. Oh, no, I don't. It's not loaded in. That's fine. You're just going to enjoy this lovely black screen. Let me just, because I'm so close to being done with the video, you guys, let me just explain the force ability. You won't see all the damage here or whatever, but man, I'm in a place, I just got to get these videos in, right? So let's talk about his force, because that's the only thing that we haven't seen. So it's called Crystal Energy, pairs with Charlotta, okay? Big AoE attack. You're going to get the Thievery buff. You're going to get a defense up and a speed up, okay? And it's going to put all of his debuffs down on the enemy. So you get the Thieves Mark, you get the defense down, you get the speed down. During the force time, the party is going to get an HP damage and limit up as long as the enemies have debuffs on, which they will, right? Now, here's what I really like about him. This is why I want to show off with Rem. We'll maybe get another video in later on where we can do this, but his HP damage conditions are this. If you attack a debuffed enemy, you get 40%. And then if you break or attack a broken target, it's another 40%. So as long as you're attacking, it's a very free and easy 80%. And so what happens is Rem, her FR does an attack and she gets an instant turn, and the attack will do 20%. So Rem is getting 100% echoes, and she can do that back to back. And then the second one, she can pass turn to somebody else, which I really, really like that. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of Zidane. I know that the ending was a little anticlimactic here, but you know what? We got to press on with what we got. Once again, by this weekend, I'll have normal internet. We should be able to get things going, right? So anyways, let me know what you think of Zidane. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.